Guys, welcome to this. This is a 2001 Isuzu FRR. It is a 7.8 liter turbo diesel cab over flatbed truck. So we're gonna go drive around a little bit and then I'll tell you a little bit more about it, the plans for it, and why we bought it. And it's stick shift. One of the main reasons I bought this truck is it was too good of a deal to pass up. This only has, right now, after driving it back from where I bought it, it only has 24,000 miles on it. For a diesel, that's barely broken in now, isn't it? So the main reason we bought this truck is we ended up buying a piece of property up in the Pacific Northwest, about 24 acres. And after going out there the first time and doing some clearing, we cleared about 7,000 square feet with just those weed trimmers with brush blades. Problem is 7,000 square feet on 23 acres is a drop in the bucket. That is 7,000 square feet out of almost 1,000,000 square feet. So with that being said, I need to get up there with some heavy machinery, and because this is a flatbed, I looked at it from a standpoint of the cost to buy a diesel truck that can haul and a trailer heavy duty enough to haul the equipment I need to haul. I'd basically be investing for used old equipment maybe $20,000-$25,000, whereas with what I paid for this, which is right about $14,000. For something that's only got 20,000 miles on it, you know, $14,000 is like nothing. So we picked this up because it's got a flatbed, it's got the carry capacity. I can just get a set of ramps, with ramps, load some heavy equipment directly onto the flatbed and carry it out to a property and use it out there to do some clearing. So right now we're going down to Home Depot. I need to go pick up some wood because there's a couple of things that we need to modify with this truck. One of the issues, no AC. So, which in itself isn't horrible, but driving up through Utah gets pretty toasty. In the winter, driving through Utah gets very cold. It's got a bench back here that I can sleep on, but when I went and picked it up, with a cab being nice and hot, as I was saying, with the cab being nice and hot, I got about an hour and a half of sleep before it got to a point where it was so cold where I couldn't sleep back there anymore. Which, for long hauls that I'm going to be doing between New Mexico and Washington, that's not going to go. So we're going to get one of those RV AC units, put it mounted up top, and that way it's going to have a separate dedicated battery, and I'm going to be able to take and just basically use it as a camper for those long hauls. 2, there's no radio in here. There's no Android Auto, no nothing. So getting directions, I had my phone way up there on a little 6.5-inch phone screen up there. It's not the clearest to see where I'm going and the directions. Also, if I need to change something, it's like I have to reach way up here to do that, and that's just not conducive to driving. It's not safe. So we're going to install one of those, and then a rear view camera. So I'm going to get one of those display dash cam / rear view cameras up here where I can see out the back of a truck and see the front and get it all recorded. So it's a dash cam, and in case anything happens, you always want a dash cam, especially in this day and age. Everybody's trying to scam everybody for money. The biggest project in all this is the bed, and I'll show you guys that when we get back home. I gotta be careful going over these speed bumps in this lot. Last time I came through here, the speed bumps are sizable enough where they don't have a gradual transition, and you go over them and the pickets on the flatbed, they try to pop out. So I'm gonna go out here and avoid those. I thought I was. There's one back here. No, this one's more gradual. Oof. Still not fun. Oh yeah, and it's a 6-speed. First gear, unless you're hauling a house, no use. Alright, this is what I was talking about. Got over that speed bump and popped the stakes out. So that's no bueno. All right, so like I said, this was a damn good deal. So I ended up flying up to Oregon, driving to the coast, and picking it up from the coast and making our way all the way back 1,400 miles just to pick this up. Drives like a charm, so can't ask for anything else. Now, let me show you guys the bad. So we talked about some of the stuff that this lacks as it's a base. So we'll get that in here, the radio, the AC, the rear view camera, just for my own use, right? And then we'll go to the deck, and I'll show you guys what we're gonna have to do to the deck, because right now, yeah, I'm not too happy with it. All right, let's show you guys. All right, as you guys can see, cloth, this is in pristine condition. The entire inside of a cab is pristine. It's like new. So truck in its entirety is in great shape. Two little dings right here, looks like from rocks on the road. That we'll get that fixed. And then let's look at this right here. So we're gonna, let me see if I can. All right, which way does this go? Unlock. I guess it helps if you pull the pin out. Unlock, release, and with one hand, the whole cab, you can just lift it up. And I'll lock down there. As you guys can see from the condition of the engine, no leaks, no nothing. Like I said, this is basically brand new. Now, we did drive it 1,400 miles, and with that, we'll have to take and make sure we do a good service on it. Change the oil and check everything, probably change all the filters as well. And then the bottom side, you guys can see that as well. It's completely clean. Now, the bed. So you guys can see, the truck doesn't have any rust on it. This bed, however, does. So it looks like it's a second-hand bed that they then repurposed for this truck from the previous owner. And we're gonna go ahead and adjust it. The other thing is, not only is it second-hand, looks like this lift gate that's on it is second-hand as well, because it's got a different frame section and it's spliced in. And then you got the cushion material, which is the 3/4 inch deck right there. But then they took and welded it all together and locked it up. Additionally, you can see this poopy weld right here. So they hacked that off, welded it in here. Boards, this is just shoddy. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna cut it off right here, cut the deck right here, weld in the end section, and then we're gonna do a dovetail down right here. So I gotta get some material to do that, but I think for the purposes of what I need to accomplish, taking the deck off and doing that is gonna be first. So we just gotta go get the material. And then that's a 5-inch beam right there for the deck. We're gonna collapse that down to a 2x3 square tube rather than the C channel that's in there. And that's gonna lower everything down and get us a little bit of its space back. And then we'll eliminate the C channels on this toolbox over here. So that way it's gonna sit flush. All right, so we'll get started on those projects when we get to them. We are on a timeline. Springtime is the next time I'm running out to the property, so I got to get everything done by next spring. So thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time, and we'll be working on all these little projects on this. It should be a lot of fun. I'm gonna wait to release all of this until it's all done, and then so around springtime you guys will be seeing all this all together as one series for doing this truck build. See ya.